What's up? Welcome to Television, the first episode of this podcast with me, the host, Tristan Garcia. And who is this we have?
Co-host Annalie Low.
Tell us them about yourself.
Well, I don't have much to say. I've been really excited to do the podcast because I want to talk about theories and stuff. Because I feel like I listen to other podcasts and I realize how many theories and good ideas that they have, and then I have so many ideas that I just want to talk about.
Well, where's your country of origin?
I don't know. What?
How many siblings? Got any pets? Anything?
One older brother, one dog. She's the best.
She's the best. What's her name?
She's the best. Her name is Maya.
Really? Okay, you want to get it started? First topic?
Okay, first topic.
You want to start it off?
Sure.
Alright, sure.
Okay, how about random things you remember?
Random things.
Because
That's literally anything.
that's why it's random.
Alright.
Just little things that you hardly remember. Like, you don't remember anything but that piece of the thing.
Do you have any scars?
Yes, I do.
Want to tell some scar stories?
Sure.
Well, you go first.
Well, obviously, I have this one on my forehead. Me and my brother were playing tag in the store when I was 5, maybe 4. And so he tagged me and I was in. Obviously, he was like 10 at the time. So he was a lot faster than I was. I was only a little toddler. So he was running around the store and I was chasing him. And he took a random turn. And I turned into the clothing pole. And I hit my head. And then I went up to my dad. I was like, Dad, my head kind of hurts.
Are you bleeding?
Yeah, I was bleeding really bad. It was going down my face. And so my stepbrother at the time, he had a paper cloth and he was holding it. He was standing in the car while we were driving. And he was holding it the entire way to the hospital. And I had to get 6 stitches or something.
6 stitches?
Because it was pretty big. That's
Really?
why it's been there my whole life.
Wow. I've never gotten stitches. I was really close to getting stitches. Because the one here, right above my left eyebrow, I don't even know. I was probably 2.5, in the bathtub with my sister. That's a normal thing.
Actually, yeah, that is a normal thing.
Just being, showering with siblings or, your mom when you're younger.
Yes.
That's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways. I was in there. I don't know, I was doing a dance party or something. I was, doing a little dance in there, playing with the toys. And my mom, the medicine cups that you use for,
Yeah.
I don't know, kids Advil.
Yeah.
And it'd be 15 milliliters.
Yeah,
ages
that.
0 to 8.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah, we have 15 of those in the tub, just pouring on there. And then I think I slipped on the soap or something like that. And then I was like this, boom, horizontal or parallel with the ground. And I slammed my face into one of the cups, and then it got a little slit. And
That's
apparently you could see my bone, low key.
How'd you not get stitches?
My dad said the doctor was pretty he was real mad at the doctor because the doctor was stupid, he said, because they did glue since I was so young. They did
glue,
some medical glue.
Okay.
But my dad said they did it really bad, and then
I can't
the
even
scars
tell.
just stayed.
I don't see anything.
I still see the scars sometimes, but I do like it. I like scar stories. Scars are cool.
Yeah, they're cool, I guess. I remember always asking my brother about this one he has on his hand, right on his thumb right there. And I always asked him about what it was. And he didn't actually tell me until a few years later, but then he told me it was from me because I had scratched him a lot. I'd always get mad at him. We'd always get into fights, but it's so much better now.
That's good. But yeah.
Yeah, now that he's capable of taking care of himself. I actually have a story about being in the bathtub as well.
Okay.
And falling like that and slipping. I was in Mexico on vacation with my mom, my brother, and my grandma. Yeah, and someone else, I forget. I think my mom's boyfriend or something at the time, but whatever. And we were there, and I was taking a bath, of course. I was 5 as well. Pretty rough year, I guess. And so I was just taking a bath, and my mom left. And, of course, being me, I wanted to play mermaids in the tub. So I slipped in the tub, and the ledge on the tub, there's the outside, and it just caves in, just the outside right there. You know what I'm talking about? The ledge on the tub.
So water doesn't splash out? So water doesn't splash out?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the ledge. I slipped, and then all my teeth right here, like my jaw was back, and I bashed it, like right on there.
Oh my
and all
god.
my teeth apparently were shattered.
How many?
Just like my two front teeth and stuff, like they were shattered. And,
That's crazy.
And so I slipped really hard, and my mouth was bleeding the entire night, and I was crying so hard. My brother he went into shock. Like, he actually went into shock.
How?
Like, he was...
Like, scared?
He was really stressed that happened, because he was kind of, like, protective of me at the time.
Of course, yeah.
Even though we still fought, but, like, he went into panic. And so
Really?
he slept with me that night, like, in the bed.
Oh my gosh.
I had to sleep on a towel that the hotel gave us, and then he was, like... I think he cried, actually.
Did you go to the hospital?
No.
You just let it heal?
Yeah.
So, like, these teeth are gone.
It was nighttime, and we were in Mexico, so we didn't really know what to do.
Yeah, that's scary.
It was really
your front two
scary.
teeth, just like gone.
And that's why, like, my front two teeth are really big, because I got fillers.
Got it. I understand.
I also had a gap tooth before.
Same.
But I was only, like, 3 at the time, and that's when I got it filled. So then maybe when I was 5. My parents don't even remember, but I remember having a gap tooth. It was, like, the worst thing ever.
Really?
I was so embarrassed.
Really? I was probably 7 when I lost my 2 front teeth. So I lost my bottom 2 front teeth first. They grew in, and then my top 2 front teeth first, then fell out. So I just had a huge gap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I was like grade 3 maybe. It's pretty normal. But I think partly they fell out because, you know, my backyard?
Yeah.
For example, for the people that don't know, my backyard's like, it's pretty big, and there's a deck on it. And the deck has like a roof thing. And my dad put on like a swing thing that I used to like swing on with my hands like this. There's like monkey bars, but they swung. So he put that in just for fun and for me to like have fun by myself. So I would swing on it, and I would go as high as possible. Of course I would.
Obviously, I would do that too.
Yeah, you just go as high as possible.
Wouldn't?
Yeah, have fun. And then my fingers slipped, both my hands slipped. So on my way up like this, I'm facing forward. On your way
up, you slipped?
No, on my way up, I was fine.
Okay.
On my way down, I slipped. So the momentum backwards flipped me back down on the face again. Like the bathtub.
Oh, I think I can picture that, yeah.
Yeah, so I slammed my face. I was on the floor. My 2 front teeth were like crazy. They were crazy too. And then I smashed my nose. I honestly don't know how I didn't like break my nose.
That's horrible.
So my dad was in the backyard at the same time, probably doing something with like the garden. And then I yelled. I was like, that hurt. And I started crying really bad. So my dad, he picked me up. He grabbed me. I remember, oh my gosh. I can visualize what happened. He's just like holding me. Hold on, let me put the mic down. Like this. Like that.
What?
Like he was just holding me on front of the sink and just kept splashing like hot ass water in my face because I was bleeding so much.
Yeah, but why hot?
I think he just didn't. I think he was just like a fight or flight at that point. It's like, oh my child got hurt. I gotta help him.
Yeah.
It was in the sink upstairs.
I would do cold water.
I don't know. He's just doing it. We kept splashing, and like huge scrape on my nose, like my whole nose essentially.
Wow.
And you know when you get a cut and it heals, there's a scab.
Mm-hmm.
The scab was like really thick skin, so my whole nose was just like red scab. Like here to here was a whole red scab.
That's so scary.
So then I went to and I had swimming lessons at the time, which didn't work, cause like I don't really know how to swim right now. And then all the people would ask me like, "What happened to your nose? What happened to your nose?" I was like so upset because of it.
I'd be.
And like
I'd be so embarrassed of that.
It wasn't embarrassed. I was just like, "Damn, I really did that." Kind of stupid.
That's
next topic. Embarrassing moments.
Oh, come on.
Embarrassing moments. This keeps me up at night.
I don't want to do embarrassing.
You don't want to do embarrassing moments?
No, we'll do it. Let's do it.
Okay. You want to go first?
No.
You have anything?
No, you go first.
I don't really have, not off the top of my head, but one which is like not that embarrassing, like the fact I did it was like I don't know.
What was it?
It was. I was walking with. This was like grade 5 maybe. I was walking with Jaslyn and Jared.
Oh yeah.
For those who don't know, I'm gonna get them on the podcast.
Yeah, best friend.
let's get them on. I was walking with them. Jaslyn probably doesn't even remember this. And then Jared was walking, and I was like, Jared, come look at me. Why don't you listen to me? What are you doing? Like I was being all like, I was kind of being a
okay
to Jared,
yeah.
and I was trying to be like all like
tough.
no like show authority to him.
Oh okay.
And then his sister walked up behind me, not knowing, and their sister's older.
Oh you mean their older sister?
Jamie. Is her
Jamie
name?
Lynn.
Jamie Lynn? Oh, okay. She's there, and she was like, what the I was like,
that would have been annoying.
I turned around, I was like, oh shit, she's right there. And I was like so embarrassed, I just walked away. Like,
you said that's not that embarrassing. That's so embarrassing.
yeah, I guess.
You should ask Jaslyn, see if she remembers.
She probably.
We'll get her on.
She probably doesn't remember. But yeah.
It's so just like showing authority, but then in reality you're not the one who's in authority.
Honestly, I wasn't.
That's embarrassing.
I was like 10.
You're not even the sibling either. You're just this random
I know.
friend.
I don't know
Just
why I would
trying to
do that. I was trying to be funny or something. But yeah. Do you have any?
That's funny. Well,
I know you do.
remember, like, I don't know why I remember this, but in grade 3, yeah, I had lice at one point. Because this girl at the time, who was at the time, not now, my stepsister, she got lice because she was sharing hats with her friend who had lice, who was also she was in the other class. And so she gave lice to everyone in the house. Her 2 older brothers, my brother, my dad, her mom, and me. And I had lice for a really long time, but I had to go to school with tea tree oil in my hair. And I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically like really minty oil, and it kills the lice.
Yeah.
And so I had to wear that to school every day, so I'd have to wear it in like a braid and my hair was just so oily, and it was so embarrassing.
Oh my god.
And I'd have to go to school, and my friends, well, not really my friends, I guess people would always ask me, they would be like, why is your hair so greasy and oily? Or just like, why does your hair smell like that? Or
wait, what was your reply?
That? And I'd just be like, oh, it's oil, it's to treat your hair. Because I remember, like, when I first had to go to school with it, I asked my dad, I was like, what do I say to the kids that make fun of me? Like, I just have oil in my hair, what am I supposed to say? And he's like, just tell them it's a treatment for your hair to make your hair grow nice and long. And I was like, okay. So I would just tell that to all the kids.
They believe you?
No, none of them knew I had lice, but in reality, I was going to school with lice.
Damn.
And it was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I hated it so much.
A question. Would you rather have like really greasy hair or super dry hair? Dry or greasy?
I think super dry, because you can combat dry easier than you can combat greasy.
No, like you have to live with it. Let's say for your whole life.
I don't know. I think dry.
I say
just
dry.
Greasy hair is just so embarrassing.
It's gross.
Like to the point where it's so greasy and there's like pieces literally in chunks in separation. It's so disgusting.
And like,
I'm sorry, but that's embarrassing.
They're
Because then it looks
dirty.
like you don't keep up your hygiene. But if your hair is dry, you could just say that you shower so much that your hair is really dry.
yeah, or like, although having dry like skin or something is also embarrassing.
Having dry skin, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
Like my hands, my hands have been dry, like forever since like kindergarten. The kids would ask me like, "Why are your hands like so white and ashy?"
Oh.
When even though I'd put lotion and stuff, my hands are just naturally like that. So yeah.
To be honest, I never even started wearing lotion or like putting on lotion at all until like the past couple of years. Just 'cause my skin was never really dry like that until like, got older. So the winter's kind of like affecting me. My hands get so dry.
Yeah,
and
winter.
I have to put lotion on, and it's like so horrendous.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
And like because we play sports, I know you do too. We play lots of sports, like basketball, volleyball.
Oh my gosh,
when I'm wearing
yeah.
shorts and my legs are just like ashy.
Yeah.
So embarrassing.
But the worst part in sports, especially with balls, with like volleyball or basketball, your hands are like, everyone in the court is touching the same ball as you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of gross when you think of it.
If you think of it, it's really gross.
Like, what if like someone picks their boogers and stuff, and you just don't know. Like I always wash my hands before and after games.
Oh yeah,
But like
obviously.
my hands still feel like dirty and dry after games or any playing
Yeah, me
with-
too.
ball sports.
Yeah, I feel like basketball is the most germy though, because it's like your actual hands. On the other hand, like soccer, you're just kicking with your foot. Volleyball, you're just using your forearms, and you rarely use like your hands. And if you do, it's like your fingertips.
Although Mr. Setter,
Yeah, I know.
I
Not
only
a
set.
setter,
I only set. But the thing with volleyball, everyone's serving that ball. Well, it depends if you're overhand or
yeah.
underhand, but
I suppose, but I feel like with basketball, you just get so sweaty and like hands.
It's constant.
You know,
Yeah.
so much contact sport. Like volleyball, you're in your own space. You're on the other side of the net as the other team.
yeah.
But with basketball, you're just going at each other, kind of.
Yeah, that's why for me, converting from volleyball season to basketball season was so hard for me. That's why I just didn't do the team, although I made it. But like,
It was okay for me, but it was so stressful. Honestly, I
Yeah, it
hate
is stressful.
basketball.
but basketball
personally.
is stressful.
It's just not my sport.
It gets really competitive. I guess that's with any
Girls,
sport, but
they're competitive.
Yes, I know.
I'm not trying to be sexist, but as I've seen the games, the boys, they're just trying to play the game.
they are.
But the girls, they're
They're there to
they're
fight.
trying to start a fight.
They're there to
They're
fight.
just trying to make everything personal. They're trying to make everything about them. Like, I've had fights break out on the court.
Yeah.
Girls, like, throw their glasses off because they're so mad. And, like,
Yeah.
you know when two people are fighting for the ball and they're both, like, holding it? That happens so often. All the time.
Really?
Yes.
I only watch a few games, but apparently it doesn't change in a higher level. Not
Yeah.
high level, but like high school. I think.
That's
Wait.
why I don't think I'm going to continue in basketball. And as well, I'm always, like, falling and stuff. Like, going to get the ball because no one else is willing to go after the ball. So I'm always the one who's going after the ball. And, like, my knees just get so scratched out from that, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Volleyball, you have knee pads on, so it's a lot better.
Okay, this is crazy. Okay. Hypothetically, let's say aliens or like outside creatures from not Earth are here to contact us and talk to us, right?
Yep.
Who on this earth as a human do you want to speak for all humankind?
Ooh, that is tough.
That's I don't know.
Does it have to be someone famous? Just someone,
Literally
anyone?
Any human. I asked this to a few people and they said that they want their mom, which I think is
I
dumb.
do not want my mom.
Same.
That is such a bad idea. She's just gonna tell them. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't want to get too into it, but I already know that what
Really
she
bad.
said, that what she says would not speak for all humankind. Everyone would just be so mad at her.
Yeah.
And same with my dad. Not my dad. Yeah.
I think I would want someone that isn't religious, only because
I agree. Just so they're not entirely biased. I'm not saying religious people are biased, but like they have different beliefs than other people. On the
Yeah.
other hand, if you had someone with no beliefs, I feel like they could relate to more things, possibly.
yeah, I think people with no religions, of course they can still have morals for themselves and like set goals. And I think that's something everyone can relate to instead of
Mhm.
like this religion and this one and then
Yeah.
like combating each other.
Yeah.
So like, or even like
They have
a scientist. Like, would you choose a scientist?
No.
Like
I would choose someone who knows about our history.
I don't think this is the best answer. That's the only answer I can think of. You know Neil deGrasse Tyson?
No.
You don't know
I
Neil
don't.
deGrasse Tyson? Dude, I know you know him. Let me show you.
I don't.
He's a scientist. This guy.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him before, but I haven't heard him like talk or anything like that.
He's a pretty like he's smart because of course he's a scientist,
Yeah, of course.
but like low key, he kind of thinks he's always right. Very low key.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, in some cases, thinking you're right is good because it gives you confidence, I guess.
He's very confident and he's a good speaker.
But I feel like having 100% confidence does not make you a good speaker all the time.
Or would you, when you say 100% confidence, do you mean confidence only or having high ego?
I guess high ego.
Because there's a difference.
Because high ego is so...
I hate it.
I hate when I have to talk to people and they're just like, yeah, I'm right.
Yeah,
like, I don't...
egotistical.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, if they say, like, this is a dumb example, but if they're like, oh, this flower looks better, but you think one looks better, they're just using their opinion to think they're right all the time. And it's like, what do you mean? This is literally better.
Yeah.
Like, don't push yourself on to me.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
I think, of course, confidence is better than having a big ego. But I think to have a high confidence, you need a pretty big ego. You know what I mean? I think I understand what you mean. A little confusing, but I think I get it. Because you can't be fully confident without being like, I'm the best.
If you don't have a little bit of an ego, then you can't be confident.
Yeah, you see Kobe?
Because then you're just kind of like, if you don't have an ego, then you don't really, like, even just a little bit, I feel like you don't really believe in yourself. So how are you supposed to have confidence?
Yeah. You see Kobe? With his, like, he thinks, when he's on the court, he plays like he's the best, and he thinks he's the best. Which I don't think is egotistical. I think that's confidence. But I do think he had an ego. Kobe did have an ego, 100%. You
have to be able to have a balance between your ego and being humble.
That's a good one.
You can't just
that's a good take.
Go out there and think you're the best. You have to be able to listen to other people.
Know your boundaries.
And intake other opinions.
Yeah.
'Cause not only does that help others, but also builds your opinion. Help you expand.
Yeah, you learn from others.
Yes, exactly.
That was crazy. Other hand, that was like, we gotta get it. Come on.
Okay,
come on, get a good one.
We're not gonna sit here all day.
That was crazy. That's a crazy take.
Literally.
That's a good take.
Sometimes you just have to learn how to have a little bit. You have to learn how to be a little bit humble. You have to be able to understand others. Yeah. So I would want someone who's definitely humble to speak for all humans. Yeah. It can't be someone maybe like that. Yeah. I feel like they're a little too egotistical. Yeah.
Have you seen Tyler Creator's new song?
Yeah, I did.
Not Dogtooth, but the newest one. That was like a few hours ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was... I actually think I have a...
That's a good representation, actually, because it shows, like, all his eras or whatever.
It does, yeah.
It's really cool.
But the thing with Tyler, he's like... He has a fat ego.
Oh, yeah.
He has a fat ego. But in a good way. It's, like, charming. It's not... He has a big ego where it's not pushed on to someone. You know what I mean?
He also has, like, an ego for others.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, there's a video of this girl saying she wants to start that shirt brand.
Yeah.
Like, about him.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And she said she's too scared to do it, and he asked why, and she said, I don't know. And then he started hyping her up, and he was like, well, if no one cares, just do it. Mm-hmm. Like, he has confidence for other people.
That is, like, yeah, I see that. I know what you mean.
Just the way he talks to other people, he's like, yeah, just do it. You're right.
I also saw an interview by him. So the question was like, where did you get your confidence? And he's like, I've never been not confident in my life. So I don't even think that's like... That's
a little crazy. That's a big statement.
I know, it is a big statement. I think it's just him as a person, like just his personality. Because, you know, some people's personalities are like...
They're just kind of like that, you know?
Yeah, they're just like that. They don't like get it from something. They're just like that.
Sometimes that's good, especially as an influencer like that.
Yeah,
having a big ego, you have to be able to have an ego for yourself and be confident. Because if you're not, then the haters are gonna break you down.
Would you call his personality egotistical or confident? Tyler's.
I believe more egotistical.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
He just, like, he doesn't seem 100% confident. He just seems a little more like he has an ego for himself.
Like he knows he can do it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like, it makes me think of this one line from his album Wolf, Lone or something. I forget. But he says that his like, you know, about how his father left and stuff.
Yeah.
He talks about how his father jump-started his career and all that stuff. He doesn't seem confident that, like, he's the best. He's got the best in the industry. He just seems like he knows he has the best in the industry.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah. I see that. Yeah.
What are your feelings towards school?
Oh, I hate that.
Okay, come on. You already know that you only hate it if you don't have a motive to go to school. I feel like you have to have a reason besides just like...
But our age, we're forced to go to school. Like, by the time you're in university, that's your responsibility.
Yeah. But like, in terms of liking it or hating it, yes, there should be more reasons to liking it, to actually want to go. Because there's kids at school that just don't go because they simply just don't want to go.
I don't want to generalize it, but I think overall in like the group, same people our age, their main reason to go to school is just like to get it over with. Like, I don't think they're there to actually like learn. Like, honestly.
Well, I think like being really specific, like our age group, like the grade we're in, that age group.
I think since we're in grade 9, I think grade 9, grade 10.
They're just trying to get it over with.
I think grade 9 and below, they're just trying to get over it and just have as much fun as they can. Because that was my whole mindset last year.
I agree, but I feel like ever since I've been in school, mine's been different.
What is it?
Like, I go because, like, ever since I was really young, I just want to plan my life out, stick to the plan, and that's my life.
Really?
That's what I've always wanted. I remember when I would be in, like, grade 2 and 3, I still have papers from it, like, saved. It's like, my life plan, get driver's license, get a car, get this job, finish school with this degree. Like, it would be very specific, and I would be like, I want this for my life. I'm gonna make a plan, and I'm gonna stick to it. So I would go to school aiming to pursue that life plan.
So, are you still sticking to that?
Yes.
You wanna live life with set rules and goals for yourself?
Not 100%.
100%.
Of course,
100%.
I definitely still want freedom.
Of course.
And I want to be able to do my own thing. But, like, in terms of specific stuff, like, I don't care what specific car I get or what specific house I get or job like that. Just the main important thing is I want a job that can support me. I want something for transportation, minimum.
Really?
And I want a decent sized house that's good enough for my needs of living. Just very basic stuff. It's gotten more vague as I've grown up, but when I was younger, it'd be very specific. Like, I want to live in this exact house, and I want this exact car in this exact color.
Really?
But it's different now.
I feel that's interesting since we're partners, and it's like knowing what we both want for the future. Because mine is like opposite, totally opposite. Really? Yes.
Okay, I'd like to hear it.
Of course, I'm gonna be like, when I'm older, I want to get a car and I want license, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's a given in the society we live in. Like, we need a car and you need a license. Plus the area we live.
There's tons of people who just live taking the bus every day.
Yeah, but that's just not convenient, I don't think, from my life.
I feel like it's not 100% convenient unless you know what you're doing, where you're going.
That's true.
But it's definitely cheaper than a car. Especially nowadays. Gas prices are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, a project we did in school where we pretended like we lived with this person, we had a budget, and then we had to sort it out. Instead of doing a car, I chose bus transportation because getting bus passes for a year or like for the month so much cheaper than cars and like gas, because like you spend at least once a week if you're going like every single day to work, weekdays, just, you know, basic, you spend like minimum $50
a day,
like a week.
In a week? Yeah. Plus insurance.
Plus insurance.
If you get in a car crash, you gotta pay for that. Unless it's all a lot of
it's just
case by
a
case.
bunch of stuff that comes with having a car.
And it's a big responsibility. as
yeah,
well.
it is. You also have to take care of it and
like
wash it.
Yeah, repairs. Yeah,
Yes, repairs.
that's true.
Repairs for sure, because cars
Yeah.
can't keep going for a long time. There's always gonna be some sort of issue.
Yeah, but I think in the future, I don't really think of that stuff, you know?
I guess so. I mean, I saw, what is it called? I don't know, like a speaker talking the other day when I was just on social media, and they were talking like, if something affects you or like brings you down to something, think about, is that going to be an issue in 5 years from now?
Yes, I think
Or
of
10
that.
years from
I
now.
think of that. Yes.
Like, if you accidentally say a wrong answer in class or you fail one test, is that going to affect you in 10 years?
It don't matter.
No,
you know?
not
Yeah.
really. But I don't know why, but just I take everything very gratefully.
Yeah. So, new question. What's your genuine, real dream in life? Like, what do you want to do in the future with, like, anything at all?
Okay, well, it sounds like you know, so you go first.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna start off with my dream and then my realistic dream. Cause you know, you can have
Okay.
dreams
You
that
can
are
have
like
a dream that's totally out of this world, and you can have a dream that's like
it can happen.
genuine.
Yeah. So my dream, my real one, is playing any sport, preferably volleyball or basketball professionally.
Wow. Okay.
Like anything professionally.
Very straight up.
Yeah, that's really what I want. But although volleyball isn't really a contract sport, you can't get really much money from it. Basketball is, but I want to do that.
You can get money from volleyball.
But it's not like
It's not
basketball,
like basketball,
where it's like
NBA.
like 5 years, 15 million, like Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Maybe it's not popular enough.
It is not popular enough, which makes sense. But the sport is really fun.
Very. I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
But for those sports, I want to do that like ages 25 to like 35, maybe even 40, pushing 40.
That's a big push.
That is a push. I'd want to play for like a national team, because you know how there's like the Japanese team, the American team. Because the American libero is Eric Shoji. He has a TikTok. Dude, he's crazy. He's so good.
But you're not a libero.
I'm not a libero.
You're a setter.
Setter.
You're like the opposite.
Opposite, but that's fine. But yeah. And he's also pretty short. So I think the closest for basketball would be point guard. Closest for volleyball would be libero, maybe setter.
For you?
Yeah, if I were to.
For sure, libero?
For my height, because I don't think I'll grow that tall.
I guess you're right, but as a setter, it's not about, like, the shortest players are usually setters and liberos.
Yeah, I know. That's why I choose those
setters
two.
it's just kind of about your vertical, and just about, like, if you have the power in your hands, like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, go on with your dream.
When I'm older, like let's say I got like grandkids, you know, at that point, I want to live like.
Wow, that's far into the future.
That's pretty, yeah. Maybe not grandkids, but by the time I have kids, we have kids, and they're like,
Okay.
maybe like 20, late teens. You know, they're out of the house pretty often.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I would live like a really simple lifestyle, nothing crazy.
I agree. As an old person, I feel like all you want is just to have a nice, simple lifestyle.
Just be happy. Just
don't do anything too intricate.
Yeah, and when you're older, you can find happiness through like the smallest things, with like gardening or like
I feel like when you're
knitting.
little, you have more expectations, but as an older person, you're able to settle for the little
You've
things.
experienced it all.
And
And
exactly. You've experienced probably the main things that you've always wanted to experience, just the main things that you really went to pursue. So settling for little things shouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, as an older person, I feel like you find a whole new meaning to life.
Yeah.
As a younger person, you're just like, oh, I'm just living it, you know? I'm young, I'm just living it. It doesn't matter. But as an older person, you're like, wow, life actually has so much more meaning to it.
You appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't really appreciate things until it's almost gone.
Yeah.
Tough, but it's so true.
It's true. What do you your dream, your genuine dream?
Well, one thing that I've always had as a dream, like for sure, is I want a good supporting job that gives me extra money.
Whoa.
So I can
like
have
what?
room to do extra things.
Like what?
Like I want nothing crazy, but a nice car.
Like what? What brand?
Like I really like Jeep Cherokees.
You like Jeeps? Okay.
Yeah, they're alright. Stuff like that. Some enough money where I can have enough to do like a lot of extra things. Like I don't like. Okay, it's a really big thing to already have enough money for your needs, but I also want to have enough money for my wants and possibly your wants. You know.
That's hard to say. Put a number on that, because like by that time when they're that
you
age,
can't really predict that.
That and like the prices of everything is changing.
Oh, at our age, yeah, you never know, the inflation could go up even more.
No, like I'm worried in the future where it's like everything's gonna change from like now, because you see our parents, their life was so different when they were our age.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's
like,
it's obviously gonna change.
That's a bit worrisome to me.
I understand the future changing, but like it changes so slowly. You just kind of ease into it.
Yeah,
it's not just like, oh my gosh, why is everything so different?
Yeah.
That'd be like teleporting to the future.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Doesn't happen. But I'd be scared about if I had kids and then they just started telling me about new stuff that they know, and then I just have no idea.
Yeah.
Or like one day they tell me like, oh, did you know this person died? And they're like a celebrity to us now. And I'm like, are you serious?
Well,
like,
Ice Spice died. Yeah.
Rest
in peace, Ice Spice.
Oh my gosh, favorite artist.
It's so sad.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Even if they're not that big, just like remembering the name from like when I was like this age, just hearing that they're dead, I'd be like, what? There's such a big thing when I was a kid. Like,
yeah.
So weird.
Do you when you're older, do you want to do anything that would like for me it's like volleyball or like sports?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to do anything like
volleyball.
That? Volleyball?
I want to do more volleyball. I probably won't get crazy good, but I at least want to play in like a league.
Competitive league?
Yeah.
Because I want to play for the varsity team for here. I think.
Oh yeah, I want to play varsity.
That's
tough.
Awesome. Like they're really good. You watch their games, they're really good.
If I'm being realistic, I don't think I could ever make varsity.
Same.
But I definitely want to be able to play volleyball when I'm older, even if it's just like, oh, I just go to drop in and just play.
Yeah, well, but dreaming has no limits, so you just dream whatever you want, even if it doesn't come true.
Yeah,
Might
exactly.
as well.
Now's the time.
Now is the time. That is true.
Now's the time to dream.